Welcome to my back porch here in Clear Lake, Iowa. And if you look out there and you love agriculture, you don't get a much better scene than that. In fact, I think my neighbor thinks he might get maybe 270 bushels per acre. But let me ask you a question. If you were selling seed to him next year, and your seed had about the same genetics as your competitor, had the same quality, what might you do that might make you stand out and get that order? Well, the answer is simple. It's you. Tom Hopkins, who I think is probably the greatest sales trainer in the world, once made this unique statement. He said the most important thing you will ever sell is not your product. The most important thing you will ever sell is yourself. Let me repeat that. The most important thing you will ever sell is not your product. The most important thing you will sell is yourself. So let's face it, right now, competition in agriculture is tough, and sales in a lot of different career areas. And there's some great competitors out there, some varsity level players. But if you're going to break out from that crowd, you got to do something different. You got to make yourself unique. And the answer is to master the art of differentiation. So, that's a big word. What is differentiation? It's simple. Differentiation is creating a distinction. Differentiation is showcasing a difference from you and the norm. Differentiation is packaging a novel and noteworthy quality that others don't have. And differentiation can be a great sales tool. So now let me ask you this question. In all the seminars that you've attended over the last years or so, whether they're in sales or customer service, did anyone train you on how to develop your own uniqueness, your own differentiation, so that you could rise above the competition? Let me give you an example of what that can happen. A number of years ago, I was a salesman for CR Bard. We sold urine catheters, and we sold a lot of them. We were the BMW of urine catheters in the nation. But Bard decided to expand their market and get into a new product line, and they chose midstream urine collection cups. And believe me, we were the new kids on the block. McKesson was there, Abbott was there, American Hospital Supply was there, and they had been in the business for a long time. Well, one of my customers was in Rochester, Minnesota, the Mayo Clinic, and they had been embedded with one supplier for years. However, every spring, they allowed salespeople to come in and do a 20-minute presentation to a committee that consisted of head nursing, epidemiologists, purchasing agents. And we would show them why they should buy ours, and then we would be done in 20 minutes. Well, I listened to some of the other presentations, and we're all kind of saying the same thing. And I knew I had to do something different. I knew I had to separate myself from them. So in my closing statements, I looked at them and I said, CR Bard would love to sell you our midstream urine collection cups, but we'll only do it on one condition. And that is you allow me to come up here and train all 3 nursing staffs in your hospital. The head of nursing kind of looked at me like I was crazy. The epidemiologist kind of rolled her eyes back, and then the head nurse said, wait a minute, you mean you're going to come up here and put on a seminar for 3 different shifts, and sometimes you're going to have to do it at 2 o'clock in the morning, and we're not going to be able to send them all at one time. They're going to split them up twice, so you got to do it twice in a row. And that's what you're going to do? And I said, yes, ma'am, that's exactly what I'm going to do. Because I want you to get the best results that you possibly can get. I thanked them, went home. I thought I'd made a pretty good presentation. But then 2 days later, I get a call from the head of purchasing for the Mayo Clinic asking me to come up and negotiate a 6-month contract for midstream urine collection cups. And believe me, there's a lot of urine that flows at Mayo Clinic. It was the greatest sales I've ever had. But the point is this. I didn't get that contract because I sold my product. I got that contract because I sold me. I separated myself from the others. I became unique and noteworthy. So in your training with your staff, if you want them to learn 6 critical techniques that they can use to develop their own uniqueness and to differentiate themselves from the rest of the field, then you need to contact Rich Tiller at Agricultural Speakers Network. Thank you.